Historically black college. I'm not going to call the name because there's agents here. They're everywhere I go. And so in January, I'm going to be going to do a walkthrough. There's a couple schools, but I want that HBCU. That's the one I want. Well, we got to see what type of condition the building is in. We got to see the asking price. We got to see if they can take it off the market long enough for us to raise that money. But that school is going to come. And if any of you come past the school that's large, that got a couple acres around it, I don't want it in the concrete jungle, brothers and sisters. We got to have space, okay? We want to have an agricultural program. We need space. We're going to have a botany program. We're going to need space. And in the long-term vision of the school, we want to have an aeronautical program to teach your children how to fly planes. In the long-term plan, we want to have a nautical program to teach them how to float ships. So we need space. So don't send me no information from no school without no damn gym in it. Or no backyard. Because I'm getting sick and tired of this ADHD stuff. My son has ADHD. You don't know what you're talking about. No, I know what I'm talking about. Your problem is you like buying into the definitions of white supremacy and then projecting them onto your damn child like they're reality. That's what I understand. But I know y'all only believe things when white people say it. So I have in my hand the new DSM-5. If you are a parent, you need to buy this book. This is the weapon of mass destruction from which all the psychological labels that we use come from. You need this. Most of the black bookstores don't carry it. And if you do have a black bookstore, you need to order some of these for your black parents because it tells them the criteria of all the diagnoses. Now, this book just came out a few months ago. We're up to the 5th edition. I told you guys a couple of months ago that they were trying to take pedophilia out of this book, but they did not succeed. However, they tried to be slick and they listed pedophilia not as an illness, but as a sexual orientation. But there was a psychologist who blew the whistle a couple of weeks ago. You might have saw this on TV. And the American Psychiatric Association came out and said that was a mistake on our part. We didn't realize we did that. We will be sure to change that. They're trying to make it normal for men to have sex with children. North American Association of Man and Boy Love. When you go home tonight, look it up. North American Association of Man and Boy Love. They have a website and they want to make it totally legal for men to sleep with children. And you wonder why we need our own schools. You would rather me fight with middle-class white women to give black boys an effective education. Do you know why our sons hate school? It ain't because of the education. It's because of the feminine indoctrination. In order to be successful in public school as a boy, you gotta damn near act like a girl. And he don't wanna do that. He gotta deal with his mother all day at home. He gotta deal with racist white women all day at school. Where are the men at? That's what our sons need. They need men, not as classroom assistants, not as disciplinarians, not as noontime aides, but as the instructional leaders of the school. Our boys are crying out for men. Yeah. Don't you dare make them think they don't want to be educated. I got boys emailing me talking about Dr. Umar, when is your school opening up? Even if my parents don't send me, I'm coming anyway. I'm coming anyway. So we're going to get that school up. And I don't want you to wait till 2015 to send me your resume. If you're interested in working at my school, go ahead and send me the resume now. Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com. I'm putting together a database. I've been doing so over the past year of Africans who got skills. And because we're a private school, you don't have to be public school teacher certified. Private school certification is different. In most states, you need to have a bachelor's degree and you need to have 18 credits in the subject you're going to be teaching at my school. Let me say that again. In order to get a private school teacher cert, in most states, you do not have to pass a test. You need a bachelor's degree in any field, and 18 credits in the subject you're going to teach. So if you were a communications major, but you want to be my math teacher, provided that I approve you to do so, all you need is 18 credits in math and you can come and teach. Okay? Another thing, I just talked about this new GED and this new graduation test. Do you know how we can win that? If we have our own schools, we're credentialed to give out our own diplomas. Our kids ain't got to worry about no damn new GED, old GED, high school tests, because they get the diploma straight from the school. So parents, in the meantime, because it's going to take a while for every city to get one of them schools, my vision is to have an international Pan-African school district where every major city has at least one school for the girls and one for the boys. That's going to take some time. Because remember, I'm a Pan-Africanist. So I'm not just fighting for this part of my African family. I got to fight for the ones in Canada, where I was a few weeks ago. They catching your same hell. I got to fight for the ones in London, in Birmingham, in Luton, in England. They going through the same hell. I got to fight for the ones in Jamaica, in St. Croix, in Bermuda where I've been. They going through the same hell. I got to fight for the ones in Liberia, in Nigeria, because in case you don't know, special ed is now in Africa now.
Yes, it is.
This is a global. Ritalin is global. ADHD is global. This book is now global. So we got to do this thing all over the place. On the 16th, I go to Portland, Oregon. I got to fight for them. On the 17th, I go over to the Netherlands, Amsterdam and Rotterdam. I didn't even know it was black people in Amsterdam, but I got to go over there because our people are hurting globally, and it's time for us to come together. And so for those of you who do understand that you're African, and for those of you who are Pan-Africanists, and for those of you who understand that although everybody ain't got to go back to Africa, some of us are going to have to invest in Africa in order to improve our own situation. I want you to come with me on Wednesday, May 14th. I want you to write that date down, put it in your cell phone. On Wednesday, May 14th, at the United Nations in New York City, my organization, Team Pan-African, and a non-governmental organization affiliated with the UN, we are hosting a Africa for the Africans dual citizenship rally to make you a citizen of not only this country, but Nigeria. Not only this country, but South Africa. Not only this country, but the Republic of Congo. Could you imagine being a citizen in one of the nations of your origin? Could you imagine owning land there? Could you imagine being able to vote there? Could you imagine investing in business there? The dream of Marcus Messiah Garvey is still alive. And the first significant Pan-African event of the 21st century will be the Africa for the Africans dual citizenship rally, Wednesday, May 14th, United Nations building. This is not a joke. We got Africans coming over from Africa. We got brothers and sisters coming from Canada, from London. They're coming from Australia. We got Africans coming from all corners of the earth to tell the United Nations that we might not live in Africa, but we are still African. And ain't nobody gonna tell us, that just because we wasn't born there, that we don't belong there. At the same time, we have the dual citizenship rally going on outside. There's going to be an invitation-only conference going on inside. I'm going to be one of the featured speakers. We're inviting dignitaries and commissioners from all the African nations on the continent to come and hear us. Why we need this dual citizenship, how this can help Africa, and how it can help Black America at the same time. If you don't believe me, let's take the words of Zbigniew Brzezinski, the European who invented the Trilateral Commission for the Rockefellers in 1973, the man who engineered Obama's presidency. What did he say on national television about Pan-Africanism, although he didn't use the word? He said, quote, "The only threat to our new world order is for Africans in America to take their education and money and invest it into the resources of Africa. If they do that, white supremacy is gone forever." So we know what the solution is, and we are going to work the damn solution. Getting sick and tired of hearing religious leaders tell me I got to die in order to experience heaven. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the pastors tell me I got to leave this world in order to get a better one. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the khutbahs on Friday and the imam telling me that can't nothing be done in this world You have to wait for the one in the world after. No, no, no. We got a new religion coming out today. And that new religion says, I ain't got to die to experience heaven. I ain't got to go in order to experience heaven. I ain't got to leave in order to experience heaven. I want it here. I want it now. I'm going to make it. I'm going to take it. And I'll be damned if anybody tell me I cannot have it. I want my heaven on earth. And I want your children to have the heaven on earth. And I want you to have the heaven on earth. And we ain't waiting for nobody to die, because we want people to live. We don't need no type of religion that tells us you got to wait for better days. It's bad enough we've been conditioned to believe what? That money is the root of all evil. That's one of the worst teachings we even got from the damn church and the mosque. Money ain't the root of all evil. Not having no damn money is the root of all evil. When you walk in 2 o'clock in the morning down your block, are you looking for rich people or are you looking for broke ass people to rob you? Money ain't the root of no evil. Brothers and sisters, before you leave here tonight, I want you to stop at my table and I want you to sign. We're going to organize the Atlanta Independent Black Parent Association as part of the National Independent Black Parent Association, a new organization that I'm starting under the banner of Team Pan-African. You don't have to be a Pan-Africanist to be involved. You don't have to be a parent to be involved. You just have to be an African who cares about our children. Why am I doing this if I'm building independent schools? Because until we get all of our kids out of them schools, we got to have an underground railroad system to protect them where they are.